If our asteroid wiped out the dinosaurs, where are the remains of the asteroid? The rest of these comments are bullshit, but I'll tell you the truth. Immediate after impact, after messing up the Earth, the asteroid was like, oh shit, I need to fix this. So she dusted herself off, cleaned herself up, and worked hard to integrate herself as a productive member of society. Eventually she met a nice man and settled down with the intent to reproduce, to help repopulate the Earth. It took her quite a long time to find a man that accepted her large ways. But she did find love. She wound up having one child. Ironically enough, this behemoth of a woman is your mum. They're around. Keep in mind that at the point of impact and surrounding area, a large amount of magma was certainly released from the Earth's crust, consuming and melting down most of the asteroid. You're not going to find a big asteroid sticking out of the ground, if that's what you're looking for. 1. All the large dinosaur fossils suddenly stopped 66 million years ago. 2. We found a massive asteroid crater dated to 66 million years ago. The crater includes a large amount of iridium, which is uncommon on Earth. 3. A thin layer of iridium is spread all around the planet dated to 66 million years ago. All the dinosaur fossils stop at the iridium, thank Wu. The current theory is that at least one, but potentially several asteroid impacts define the Cretaceous-Paleogene boundary. The primary site of impact is the Chicxulub crater in the Gulf of Mexico. The mass is mixed in with rock that was pulverized and melted on impact, now about 5 kilometers, 35 kilometers below the seafloor, but also in the crater ejecta, and dust that spread much further. The asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs left behind a huge crater called Chicxulub, located under the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. This massive impact, which happened about 66 million years ago, created a crater around 150 kilometers wide and caused the extinction of the dinosaurs and many other species. There's a crater in Mexico and a layer of iridium that covers pretty much the entire planet. A 6-mile wide rock is big in terms of meteorites, but very small in terms of a planet. When it gets pulverized on impact, it just disappears into the ocean, atmosphere, and all over the rest of the globe. They're right here, Iridium Anomaly Wikipedia. Also, we're pretty certain, about as certain as the scientific community can be, that we found the actual crater that corresponds to the impact. Man, an asteroid is not like Injo dirt, where you can pull it around with a wagon and eat fries with ketchup off it. Think about how fast an asteroid is going, and how hot it is when it hits Earth. The remains would probably turn into lava or explode into dust. Gone extinct already by the time the asteroid hit the Earth. And it was just coincidentally not so far in distance of time. So we blamed it on the asteroid, while the real reason is much more different. The asteroid was vaporized. The dust residue was scattered high up into the atmosphere and carried across the planet along with ejecta from the impact crater. Lots of scientific papers have been published on this topic. Chicxulub crater, where the Yucatan Peninsula is now in Mexico. You can still find a ton of iridium from the impact there. The rest got vaporized and rained down into the atmosphere as basically falling fireballs. The Chicxulub crater, located in Mexico, is widely considered the impact site of the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs, and its remnants are buried deep beneath the ground. How do I convince someone that 9-mile diameter is enough size for a piece of rock to eliminate 80 of species off the surface of Earth, whose diameter is monstrous 7,900 miles? According to scientists, the Chicxulub crater in Mexico is the impact site of the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs, and its remains are deep below the surface. The Chicxulub crater in Mexico is the site where the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs struck, and its remains are buried beneath layers of rock and sediment. The Chicxulub crater, a massive impact site in the Yucatan Peninsula, is where the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs struck, leaving its remains buried there. In the Yucatan Peninsula, The Chicxulub crater stands as the site where the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs impacted, leaving its remains buried there. In Mexico, the Chicxulub crater marks the spot where the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs struck, and its remains are believed to be buried there. Also, check a map of the cenotes on the Yucatan Peninsula. It almost looks like the debris smashed through the earth and created the subterranean rivers. The Chicxulub crater in the Yucatan Peninsula is the site where the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs struck, and its remains are buried deep then. It didn't. Dinosaurs are one of the most successful animals still living on Earth. They inhabit literally every single continent. Birds are dope. The Chicxulub crater in Mexico is believed to be the impact site of the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs, where its remains still reside. The remains of the asteroid that caused the mass extinction of the dinosaurs are buried deep beneath the Chicxulub crater in Mexico. I thought the current theory was the eruption of the Deccan Flat had more impact of the demise of the dinosaurs than the meteor. Then likely you wouldn't be here asking the question. Mammals would have stayed small and hiding in the cracks between rocks. I just want to know why the dinosaurs all went and stood in the crater before the asteroid hit, and how they knew to go there. Burned, crushed, scattered all around the impact, buried under millions of years of natural geomorphological processes. There's a really cool video about how the dinosaurs actually died. It surrounds the tip of the Yucatan Peninsula. Some of it has been found on land and some on seafloor. Wiki-it. This belongs in a sub-like Nostopid questions. Why do you want thousands of Reddit replies saying the same thing? And the number of survivors in the species that made it through wasn't very high either, if I remember correctly. At the KT boundary all over the world. Paleogene extinction event. Did you not just Google search this before asking? The Chicxulub crater has been known for ages. Aliens would have uplifted the most promising reptilian rather than the most promising mammal. What do you think the Earth is made out of? Oh, another space rock. Add it to the pile. Vibranium. There's this one country in Africa that's got tons of it. Did you bother to Google anything on the subject before asking here? Buried deep in ocean floor off the coast of the Yucatan Peninsula. Blown to bits and scattered the world over in the KT boundary. All over the Earth in the KT boundary. Try to keep up. Smashed into the Earth or burned up in the atmosphere. Look up the KT extinction. Evidence is everywhere.